thank you so much for joining me today for the review for Ready to Love DC Season 4, Episode 10, True Colors. I am doing audio today because the children are out of school. Things are happening. Life is getting crazy. And my son is literally sitting next to me watching Hulu on my laptop. So what better way to give it to you than via audio? But I want to give you full on visuals. So let's do it. So we pick it back up to Elimination. And Camille is, busting those tears out of her face. And she's basically saying that the ladies ended up. Eliminating, what's his name? Cornelius. And in his confessional, he says, I'm very surprised at this. How are you surprised? Okay. How are you surprised? You have been chained up with this woman since she met you. You have not given other women a real shot because Camille is living under your skin. How are you surprised? That's what I want to know. Okay, Cornelius. So now Cornelius and Camille are talking, and Camille basically reveals to him that she's self-eliminating because that's her man, okay? She's not going anywhere without him. They are connected at the hip. Cornelius, his face dropped because it looked like he was finally set free. And now he's having to take her along with him. In his confessional, he says, well, I don't know how me and Camille's journey is going to end. It's not going to end. It's not going to end. She is on you like white on rice. It's over for you, big dog. You've got your ball and chain. Good luck. Now, Naim is not getting eliminated for the very same reason Cornelius is getting eliminated, because he hasn't made any real connections. So that's crazy. But he's basically saying, I have to be more intentional about who I choose to connect with. So he's going to do that. Okay, great. Okay, Naim. Yeah, I'm still a little iffy about old Naim, but who am I? Okay, so we have the next scene with Phil and Shiloh. First of all, when did they even become a thing? Did I miss something? Drop that down in the comments. Maybe I missed something, but I thought Phil and Aisha was a thing. Help me out. But they're talking. And they're playing Derek Jackson's card game. No, I'm just kidding. But they are playing this card about love languages. And one of the questions come up as, what are you hesitant to ask me or to tell me? That's what Phil asks Shiloh. And Shiloh basically says, I deeply care for you. I'm putting it all on the line, basically, or putting it all on the table. And, she's choosing him to be her main focal point. Again, very confused as to where this come from. Not unless I'm forgetting some stuff. Because, guys, I have to be honest with you. This specific city, this child... It's boring, okay? It's boring. The drama literally has just left the show. The entertainment part of the show is gone. So anyways, Houston was live, okay? And I'm not just saying that because I'm from Houston. I live in Houston. I'm just saying that because that was a really entertaining show. But I do want to add something. I find it very interesting now that women and men are changing the dynamics of the household. Okay, just walk with me to where women aren't in a position to where they need men, right? And this is not a man bashing thing. Just walk with me. I find it interesting that now these subjects of love languages and heavily getting into communication and understanding is such a focal point between people. I mean, I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I just find the dynamics very interesting to watch because we as women have had to just accept this man for who he was. And there was no love languages. There was no, this is how I would like to be treated. There was none of this. So I don't know. Do y'all feel the same way? Drop it down in the comments. Y'all already know I love watching, listening to those, watching and responding to the comments. So yeah, I just find that very interesting. Anyways, but yeah, so she puts it all out on the line, and his response was to kiss her. Now, mind you, she said to him, I would like you to be more direct with me. That was the first thing she said when they was playing this game. And then she put it all out on the line. His response was to kiss her. He never answered her. He kissed her and they moved on. Sis, are we really that blind? Because in her confessional, she says, you know, I don't know how to feel about his response because I don't know if he was being, straight up with me. I really don't know how he felt, but because he kissed me, it's public now. So, and it's like, no, girl, that was a what did they call it? Why am I going foggy brain? That was it was a deflection. Okay. It was to get you to not have to hold those feet to the fire. Okay. He sideswiped you with that kiss on camera. And then he goes in his confessionals and say, I had to kiss her because I'm really not ready to choose who I'm going to match up with, who I'm going to pursue. Instead of him saying that, he kissed her. And I thought that was hella bitch made, because it's like, listen, you're on a dating show, okay? You have no choice but to be honest. Either she's going to find out then, or she's going to find out later and then tear your ass up at the reunion. So maybe, just maybe, you should have been honest with her right then. Just, food for thought. So Aisha and Dante is talking, and he basically told her that he was being a creep watching her sunbathe without a top on. But whatever. Who else is not feeling that matchup? I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. Pinto Beanhead seems to not be as genuine as he's trying to come off. Is it just me, or am I tripping? But they're basically talking about their connections. Aisha said Pinto Beanhead knocked at her door and she answered. So I guess that's where she's going. Aisha, you deserve better. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. But all right. Okay. I have been trying to figure out Frank. Frank is on the screen with his cheetah print dashiki. And I love it, by the way. But I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is, but I can't figure Frank out. But anyways, Frank and Moomin, they are walking and talking and having this date, and it looks really hot outside, even though Moomin is killing it in this one-piece jumpsuit. I mean, she looks great, but she has basically told Frank, hey, listen, I want to park my car in your garage. But Frank was very open and honest when he told her, I'm good where I'm at with you, but there's someone else too. So I appreciate Frank in that moment. Now, it did get a little Parmesan cheesy when he pulled out that golf ball, but we love cheesy. Okay, ladies, I know y'all can feel me on this. We love corny, cheesy stuff. So that was very nice. And she told him that he was mindful. That's what she said. You're mindful. And that's what I like about you, Frank. You're mindful. So that was nice. But yeah, still trying to figure Frank out. Episode 10, still can't put my finger on it. Okay, so Zadia and Pinto Beanhead are meeting up. And guys, I've never been so confused. Like, they're talking about what has transpired over the trip, and Zadia, she's like already like, you can tell she's on defense because of how she's responding. And Okay. The way Zadia responded to Aisha during the weekend, I do not agree with. I think that was completely out of line. And I think it was for entertainment purposes because, sis, we're on a dating show. So, and I know that these women are smarter than what they are portraying themselves to be sometimes on the show. Okay. So I know that they're way smarter than, a lot of the things that they put on for this show. Now, because what's his name? Pinto Beanhead and Zadia got into it, he didn't spend his time because she told him that he's made it clear that he's made his choice, right? Okay. If that was the case, then why are you blindsided about what was said during deliberation? You feel as though that he has already made his choice, which was not you. That is when you should have wrapped this up in a bow and kept it pushing and just stick with Naim. So now y'all are at this dinner or whatever, and you're getting your dander up because Pinto Beanhead has said that he's feeling Aisha. He hasn't heard from her in 3 days. Or no, she hasn't heard from him in 3 days. And all of this. And I'm confused because, sis, are you really that bothered? Like, if I'm missing something, please help me understand. Y'all got into it. Y'all haven't spoken in 3 days. You heard Aisha say what she said. All of this screams, I'm no longer interested. So if someone's no longer interested, move on. And move on with your dignity.
Which is true.
And then you're talking about Aisha coming out of left field. How is she coming out of left field if you threw the first dart? You can't piss somebody off and then tell them how to get mad, okay? That was her response to your verbal attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just confused with Zadia. And listen, again, I really liked Zadia. I really liked her because she's beautiful. Again, she's smart. And it's like, damn, girl, like, Zadia then comes back. She has taken the heels off and she has put the slides on. And she is in Pinto Bean's face saying she is not done talking to him. He was never second fiddle. She was going to choose his ass. You choosing Aisha, and Aisha is dumb and dense. And I'm just like, why are we going? Like, if you really feel like you took an L, sis, you really taking an L with this response. Because, again, you could have really walked away with your dignity. Like, you could have just left it where it was, but you didn't. And see, she said something that was really interesting. She said, he mishandled me. And I'm like, not you want to be Kyra 2.0. Not you wanting to be Kyra 2.0. Ciao. Zadia, we were all rooting for you, sis. So Stephanie and Walter are walking to their date like an old retired couple coming from a lot of money. Like, they look really good together. Now, does that negate from the bullshit we're about to uncover? No, it doesn't. So during the date, in Walter's confessional, he basically says, I was a little worried because of her past, but I'm trying not to judge. And I'm like, Walter, you can't judge because, yeah, we all have pasts, but you're on this show bringing up your pasts as if it is relevant to what you're doing on this show. It's not. Now, is it effective? No. It's manipulative, because what happened to your wife many years ago may be damaging, but it's not okay to talk about it like it happened 3 months ago. Okay. Anyways, and then Stephanie basically said, look, y'all, if her name is not Stephanie, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But anyways, But she's talking about Walter. He's not really talking to her, and she feels like she got chose by default. And I'm here to tell you, he did. He chose you by default. Like, Walter is literally Joel 2.0. The only difference is Joel has pecs, Walter has titties. But anyways, Walter gets close to Stephanie and she's just like, let me smell your neck. And it gets really weird. But, listen, I don't see it lasting because Walter is not ready to love. He's just not ready to love. That's literally all I have for them. I really don't have any more dialogue. Now, what in the producer's Frankenstein do we have here? Where did Sydney and Phil come from? Where did they come from? Didn't Sydney just say she loved Frank? Oh, child, this was a little, I don't know. It just hit me out of the blue. Like, come on, Ready to Love producers. What are we doing here? Anyways, they're talking, they're doing the date, okay? Phil is yet again not being direct with his answers, but you can see it in his actions because while Sydney is basically saying, you gotta show me, 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 show me, show me. It was basically all I heard was pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. That's all I heard. And if listen, if you didn't hear that, then I'm sorry, I love you, but that's what I heard. And I'm just like, oh, Sydney, let him come to you. But anyways, when they kissed and he just kept going and he was kissing her and she was just, I was just like, oh, I see why Phil is quote unquote riding the fence. He wants to jump Sydney's bones, okay? Not only that, Shiloh's a little older, Sydney's younger. He wants to have kids. I don't know where Shiloh is with that, but I can see the shallow end of Phil. So yeah, but no, for real, producers, we got to do better with these dates. So the men are meeting with nephew Tommy in the new gentleman's lounge, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, very beautiful. And they are talking about the hardcore gangster thugged out gang member group that is Zadia and Camille, the Brown Girl Squad. Okay, everybody's taken aback. It's too much gang activity going on. I can't take this shit serious. And then they mention the Aisha and Zadia thing. Now I feel like all of that could have been expressed without the mentioning of the quote unquote Brown Girl Squad. And here's my reason why. One, not unless we missed something, the entire issue was between Zadia and Aisha. Okay, they're the ones who went back and forth, right? Not the Brown Girl Squad, because after Camille said, I'm gonna fuck y'all up, I didn't hear shit from Camille after that. It wasn't a double up, okay? 2, there's gonna be reunion time for this shit. All of that could have been exposed and had their feet held to the fire during the reunion. But no, we have to tattletale to nephew Tommy. And then nephew Tommy gets offended because what about the light-skinned? And this is what I want to say, and I'm going to touch on this one time, and I'm not going to touch on this anymore. We are not going to pretend that in this country, colorism does not exist. The upheld skin color is very light, okay? Very white and very light, okay? My mother is a fair-skinned woman. My dad is a very dark-skinned man. So I came in between, so I don't deal with a lot of colorist issues like that. But I really don't like how they are being demonized for this Brown Girl Squad when they weren't walking around like freaking Frack from last season on Houston with Stephanie and what's the other girl name? I forgot. But yeah, those girls, they weren't walking around like that. At least they didn't show it to us. And that's all we have, guys, is what they have shown to us. So from what I have seen, there was no brown girl squad in your face, bitch. Like, there was none of that. This whole issue was between Zadia and Aisha. Okay, because let's get it very clear. Camille wouldn't bust a grape at a fruit fight. Okay, she wouldn't bust a grape. Okay, Camille is what we call lame. Okay, sis is just saying shit. Did y'all see the number 4 she was holding up when she was like, brown girl squad for life? Okay, listen, sis is lame. Okay, and I mean that in a very, very nice way, because she's not a gang member. So please, let's take the colorism aspect of them acknowledging the fact that they're brown girls out of this. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna button that and be done with it. Now, this whole situation with Walter and Sabrina, I'm sorry, I kept calling her Stephanie, but this situation between Walter and Sabrina and him bringing up her past being a stripper, she did not have to disclose that information to you, Walter. She didn't. Just like you didn't have to disclose the information about your late wife, right? Why is that coming up in the gentleman's lounge? That's one. 2, why is that when he said that in front of all the gentlemen, every man in there looked like somebody had told him somebody just died? I am so confused. It's like, it's the double standard, because y'all go see strippers. So what does that make you? That makes you better than the strippers? Like, help me understand here. You're partaking in the activity, because he definitely said in his confessional on the date, I feel like I seen her. I feel like I seen her. But we don't demonize you for going to the strip clubs. Interesting. Frank talks about Mumin and Sydney. And he talks about how when he's with Mumin, he wants to be better. He wants to show her he can be a better man. He wants to do more. He's talking about action, right? Sydney, he says, I love our vibe. You know, it's a good time. He doesn't go in depth about Sydney, but Tommy goes, oh, they're neck and neck. And he's like, yeah. And it's like, do you think it may have to do with the way that they look? You know, that's why Sydney is able to be neck and neck, because you aren't saying these very in-depth things. And that goes along with, we don't ever really choose the thing that we need, only the things that we want. And that is a very clear indicator here with Frank, Sydney, and Mumin. So we'll see how it goes. Phil basically downplays his entire relationship that he's building with Shiloh. And he's just like, yeah, she's being as vulnerable as she can be. Yeah, she's showing up a little bit, basically. And it's just like, oh my God, not you downplaying Shiloh because you want to continue to get under Sydney's skin, not because you want to clap those cheeks. So you're not making it known to the group that Shiloh is a better option for me, because she is open, because she does want to. He didn't even put it out there that she put it on the table that she's ready to lock him in, y'all. See Phil, Pinto Beanhead. He finally tells the group about his interaction with Zadia, right? And Naim, you know, you see him like kind of buck up, not unless that was an editing thing. Yeah, you see him buck up, like, because this is his only connection. And he's talking about, you know, Zadia being aggressive with him. And I do agree with that. But he's talking about how he told her that he was feeling Aisha, and then she got aggressive with him, you know, put her finger on his nose, you know, poking his nose or whatever. And Frank says that this isn't the first time she's been like this. Y'all tell me what episode this has happened again. Something like this has happened before. Like, and I'm talking about like the physical part. I'm not talking about what happened between Aisha and Zadia. I'm not talking about that. Naim is basically saying, you know, he's not in denial, but he's trying to save his ass at this point because, you know, I don't know, maybe he has a competitive spirit about himself, but he's not trying to leave the show. And he even says it in the confessional, if Zadia leaves, then what am I really doing here? Listen, if Zadia leaves, you leave because you have not really given anybody else a chance. So don't get all nerved up now. Just take it for what it is. You know, you can only fight for her as much as you can. He basically told Tommy, like, I won't receive this. She's only been 100% with me and yada, 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 you know, and he's, you know, fighting, you know, as much as he can. But listen, that's all you can do, because if they all decide to vote her off the island, you got to go, big dog. First of all, I don't like how Walter tried to throw Mumin under the bus. I don't like that. Like, this is this thing that men do when they know they have some type of power. I'm sorry if y'all hear my son, but the power that they have is like they use it to be spiteful and not forthright. You know what I'm saying? He is still butthurt, ego bruised because Mumin walked away from him, and you can't tell me any different, because she was trying to be honest with him about how she was feeling, and he basically downplayed all of it. So because he downplayed all of it, she walked away, you know, and that is why he threw her under the bus. I don't Walter, you okay, so we get to elimination. Walter is talking to Mumin, which I am super annoyed about, because I don't like the way Walter is handling Mumin, because she decided to walk away from the bullshit. But he has this long overdrawn, you know, talk about, you know, you walked away from me and I didn't like that. And she basically said, you know, if you were truly interested, you would have checked on me, said something over the trip. Like, you didn't say anything after that. So like, I'm good. But he tells her, you know, well, you know, you have all the least connections with the guys and nobody's really connecting with you, but Frank and yours connection is very strong. So, you know, you're still ready to love. And I'm just like, okay, Walter. Not basically hanging her in the balance. Like, I could have took everything from you. Like, y'all, oh Lord, it's the power trip. Anyways, Phil and Zadia they meet up for elimination, and he's asking her for her side of how everything went down. And again, Zadia is on the defense, and she says something that I didn't necessarily like. Well, you know, things were heated and I gave him the black mama talk, and I'm like, whoa, sis. Whoa, sis. Like, you're not making this look better for you at all. Like, first of all, black mamas can be toxic too. Like, that's not a good explanation as to why you did what you did. Like, just own up to it. Yeah, I did it, and I did it. And he says, like, I can't stand behind that. I don't need anybody to stand behind me. I don't need anybody, you know, just super defensive. And I'm just like, oh, Zadia, like, this is becoming painful to watch. But he's basically trying to, you know, let her down easy. And of course, she beats him to the punch. She hits him with the Ron from last season and says that she's not ready to love. And, you know, and I'm just like, Zadia, I don't like the way you went out. And then she's, you know, of course, you know, they have an exit confessional. And she's like, yeah, he's probably telling everybody I'm crazy and I'm this and I'm that. I'm like, sis, I don't like the way you playing yourself. Like, that dignity, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so important. And it's just like, you just letting all of your insecurities and everything just all hang out. You're supposed to just walk with your head held high. And what you are showing is that you are easily moved. And it's just sad to see her go out like that. So anyways, okay, wait. So I didn't know I was about to miss a part. So it seems as though Naim has self-eliminated. Now I can respect that decision. I can respect that decision because he doesn't want to waste any of the ladies' time or interject or interfere, I mean, with any of the men's, potential matches. And listen, I love that. I love that. Wish a lot of men on the Houston cast would have done that. But I love that. Like, yes, Naim and Tommy, he hit the nail on the head. He was like, listen, she was your only match, true enough. But the way things escalated, do you really think she was really feeling you like that because of how she reacted with Dante? And I was like, that is definitely something to keep in mind. So good job, Naim. Love that for you. And listen, ain't nothing stopping you from calling up Zadia so y'all can make it last forever if that's what you want to do. So yeah. Anyways, that was my little 2 cents on that. Yeah, guys. So hope you guys like this audio version of this review and not the visual. As far as me, if you like it like this, let me know down in the comments below, because if there's something you would rather me do than to see my face, then hey, we'll do it. I'm here. Okay. Anyways, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if you already haven't. Hit that post notification bell so you know when I'm posting all the content like this. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's year of 2021. Peace.